Okay, here we go with the New Orleans Saints. Greg Williams with the Rams, suspended indefinitely. Sean Payton loses his paycheck around $6 or $7 million for a year. He's suspended for a year. The GM, 6 games. Another guy, 8 games. The players, they have not come forward yet. Jonathan Wilmot, the leader of all that. $500,000 they lost, the Saints organization. Tom Benson, the owner of the Saints, really upset, embarrassed. 2 second-round draft picks, 1 this year, 1 next year. The New Orleans Saints and Greg Williams, who instituted all that, are in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble. It's just bad what happened. A bounty is someone where you're going after somebody. A bounty hunter, what's this, Midnight Run again? A bounty hunter means that you're going after him for the intent to hurt him. Let's not forget these are football players. They have families. They have bills they have to pay. And if you're going after a bounty and you knock that guy out, you might knock him out of a job. You might knock him out of his career. You might hurt him permanently. How would you feel about that if you did knock a guy out permanently or paralyze a guy like that? Coaches who institute the bounties, and they've been around for a long time, it's not unfamiliar to do that, but they lied. And when you lie, that's when the penalties came down, and they're stiff. If anyone does it after this, there might be automatic suspensions and blackballing from the game. So all I can say is I'm highly appalled at the New Orleans Saints. Okay, when they won that Super Bowl, is when they instituted that bounty. Poor Brett Favre. No, I'm saying poor Brett Favre, but Brett Favre couldn't take another hit. Any clean hits or any dirty hits now by any other teams, especially the dirty hits, they're going to be really scrutinized. And the NFL is going to come down hard, as they did to James Harrison 4 different times. Find the guy $100,000, and I've seen 3 of the hits, and they were clean. But because he's a defenseless player and the rules have changed in football, you can't hit that guy any hard anymore. Well, don't tell nothing to that Dick Buckets, because he might come out of retirement for that. And all the great players you've ever seen, the big-time hitters, the Jack Tatums, the Deacon Jones, the Lawrence Taylors, the Wes Hopkins out of Philadelphia, these guys hit. They're hitters. That's why they're so good at the game. And if you can't unload and hit a guy, or you can't hit the quarterback because he's out of the pocket, to me it's nonsense. The bounty ball has been around for a long time. It didn't start yesterday, and the Saints didn't start it the week before. It's been around for a long time. Ask Charles Martin from the Green Bay Packers, number 94, as he worded numbers down his towel. He knocked out Jim McMahon on purpose, on a bounty. You know what they did? No big deal. They fined him $5,000, if they fined him that much. Now it's going to happen, and the players are going to come down, and it's going to be a couple weeks. Players are going to be named. The leader, Jonathan Wilmot, the linebacker for the New Orleans Saints. It's going to be a big deal and a lot of money, and there'll be a precedent set that they will not stand for this any longer in the NFL with bounties or intentionally trying to hurt another player. The fines will be stiff. The suspensions will be plenty. And I'm going to tell you something. You don't want to lose your best players in football. You want to get 45 guys on a team, and then you got the practice team. You don't want to lose your best football players on defense on a cheap shot or a player or a referee calling a cheap shot that wasn't. You just can't pull up and stop. I think it's terrible for the NFL. I think it hurts the NFL, and it really hurt the New Orleans Saints, who I think are one of the better teams in football right now. And I don't see this team going anywhere without their coach. And when everything is going along with the organization, I find it really tough for the New Orleans Saints this coming year. That's Artie Clear, Wi-Fi 1460. Tune in 5 days a week. I'm here, and I love my job, and I love what I'm doing. And poor New Orleans and Greg Williams will never get another coaching job ever again. The bounty's been around for a lot of years. Just had Seth Joyner on the program to tell us all about that. And that's just the way it is in the NFL. Not for long, NFL. Anyway, that's the end of that, and we move on. The Saints, who knows what's going to happen with that. The penalties will come down. They'll be stiff. They'll be severe. And hopefully this will never happen again.